Welcome to today's co-writing session. I am Amanda Bray, and I write in the co-writing studio a lot around like stuff that just interests me. There's a side of my writing that hasn't gotten to come forward in a long time, and this is a place where I practice showing up on the page with you. The co-writing sessions are 90 minutes, and I host them every month because I think there's something really powerful about obviously writing in community with one another and then knowing where to turn when you get stuck. Like I've found in the years that I've been an editor that writers often get stuck and there's nowhere to turn when they're stuck. And so this is a space where you can show up with whatever project you're wanting to write on. And if you find in the flow of your writing that you feel like the words disappear, I feel that a lot. I'm in flow and all of a sudden it's like poof, they're gone. If you find that, you can raise your hand and you can come into a private breakout session with me. And we'll spend about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes together, just talking through where you feel stuck around the content that you were working on the page. In these spaces, I have a lot of interesting tools that I can draw from to help unlock what what might be stuck inside how you're seeing a certain thing on the page. And today, before we start writing, I wanted to share one of the tools um, that I rely on a lot. It's called the Somatic Signaling Guide. And essentially, it is a practice that invites you to relax your body and then touch in with five somatic spaces inside the body and sensation. And these five are ones that helped me. I spent 3 years inside somatic experiencing therapy each week, and that work showed me that what we think of writer's block is often body block. I would find stories in my knees. I would find stories in my shoulders. I would find that if I could work with the sensation in my body, the words actually were somehow released. I don't have a reason for it. I don't but I'm a humble student of the nervous system and the body, and I'm a longtime editor, and I know what this changed for me in my writing practice and in the voice I was able to access. And so I want to offer that to you today before we write together. So to start, we're just going to do very, very simple 10 breaths in and 10 breaths out. And I'll guide you through those. You're also welcome to do, if you have a meditation practice of your own. The idea here is that we're arriving in the body exactly as she is. And the breath is one of the easiest ways to kind of singularly focus our attention. So let's start with 10 breaths, and then I'm going to guide you through the five somatic spaces um, where I've found story tends to hide. Um, that's just my experience, and I'm sharing it with you. See what you uncover for yourself, and then we'll write together. So let's start by just taking a good seat. Take a slow breath in and out. Slow breath in and out. Slow breath in and out. Slow breath and out. Slow breath in, out, in, out, in, and out. In and out. One last time. In Yeah. Now I want to invite you to bring gentle awareness to any changes in your body temperature. Do you sense a clustering of hot, clustering of cold, or do you just feel neutral? Now we're going to turn our attention to muscle sensations. As we sit together, do you notice any twitching, cramping, or numbness? As we're sitting together, do you notice any restlessness? Does a tension on the body make you want to move or jump or shake? Just notice that. As we're sitting together, have you noticed anything different about how you're breathing in? You notice any shallow breaths, any quietness, or even maybe yawning? And finally, bring our attention to our heartbeat. Do you notice any speeding up, any slowing down, or something else entirely? Now, I want to invite you to let your attention move away from your body, drop this technique, and write down anything that you noticed inside. I'm sitting here and I feel this sort of cool sensation pushing from the inside of the top of my stomach. It almost feels like someone's put a bunch of ice cubes inside my stomach and I can feel sort of the coolness there. And if I place my hand on my stomach, and I just listen. Mm. I think I'll be sitting with this today a little more. If I have any thoughts to share, I'll put them in the replay later. But when a sensation like this comes up for me, I've I've learned that it's really important to listen. Sometimes the belly is trying to tell us something about our intuition or our self-trust. And I've learned that if I don't address the messages in my body, my writing work just becomes very uncooperative. I think uncooperative is the right word. Um, so thank you for being with me today. I will share the printout of the somatic signaling guide, so that you can have a copy of that for yourself. This is essentially the foundation for all of um, the work that I do. Is I'm listening for the words on the page, and then I'm listening to the sensations inside the writer's body and the way the writer moves energetically through the world. I see them all as interconnected. I've experienced them all as interconnected. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you'll bookmark this and come back to it. Um, and let me know in the comments if this is something that would be helpful to do each time we meet for a co-writing session, or perhaps in a different context. Maybe I'll put a poll in uh, today's replay. But yes, if you're here for the live 90-minute co-writing session, we'll now spend the next 80 minutes, 75 minutes co-writing together, and I'll be available if you feel like you might get stuck. We can break out into a quiet breakout room and talk through it for 5 or 10 minutes. So thank you for being here. I'm thinking warmly of everyone who wasn't able to make it live and who might be watching the replay. Um, I hope this is a support to you and that I will see you at a co-writing session soon. All right. Take care, folks.